When you hear the name Pythagoras, you probably think of his famous theorem about right triangles. But what if I told you that Pythagoras wasn't just a mathematician? He was a mystic, a philosopher, and the founder of one of the strangest cults in history. A cult that worshipped numbers, followed bizarre rules, and sought to unlock the secrets of the universe. This is the story of Pythagoras, the brilliant mind who believed numbers held the key to reality, the leader of a disciplined and secretive community, and the man whose ideas shaped the very foundations of Western thought. In this 7 minutes journey, we'll explore his life, his teachings, his cult, and his legacy. From his travels through Egypt and Babylon to the peculiar rituals of his followers and the mathematical discoveries that changed the world, this is the tale of a man whose influence extends far beyond the classroom. So, grab a seat and prepare to dive into the fascinating, mysterious, and sometimes shocking life of Pythagoras. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most intriguing figures. The early life of Pythagoras. Our journey begins in 570 BCE on the Greek island of Samos, where Pythagoras was born to a wealthy and well-educated family. His father, Nisarchus, was a merchant, and his mother, Pythes, was deeply religious. From a young age, Pythagoras displayed an insatiable curiosity about the world around him. While other children played games, Pythagoras studied the stars, patterns, and numbers. By the time he reached his teenage years, his thirst for knowledge could no longer be contained within the borders of Samos. Inspired by tales of wisdom from foreign lands, he set off on a journey that would change his life and the course of history. His first stop was Egypt, the land of pyramids, where he spent over 2 decades learning from the priests of Heliopolis. Here, he studied geometry, astronomy, and the mystical philosophies of the Egyptian religion. He learned how the ancient Egyptians used mathematics to build their awe-inspiring structures and how they connected numbers to their understanding of the divine. But his education didn't stop there. Pythagoras was later captured and taken to Babylon, where he studied with the Magi, the priest-astrologers of Mesopotamia. The Magi introduced him to advanced mathematics, astrology, and the secrets of the cosmos. By the time he returned to Samos, Pythagoras wasn't just a mathematician. He was a mystic, a philosopher, and a visionary with a mission. The birth of a cult. Upon returning to Samos, Pythagoras established a school called the Semicircle. At first, it seemed like an ordinary place of learning, but it quickly evolved into something much more, a secretive and highly disciplined community dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, purity, and spiritual enlightenment. Pythagoras' teachings attracted followers from across Greece. These weren't just students. They were devotees willing to adopt a strict and often bizarre lifestyle. To join Pythagoras' inner circle, initiates had to undergo a series of challenging trials. A vow of silence for 5 years to cultivate discipline and self-control. Renounce all personal possessions to foster communal living. Cut ties with family and friends to focus solely on the Pythagorean way of life. Memorize Pythagoras' teachings, no questions asked. Those who succeeded entered a strict hierarchy. The lower level, known as the akasmatikoi or listeners, focused on rituals and purification. The higher level, the mathematikoi or learners, delved deeper into mathematics, science, and philosophy. This was no ordinary school. It was a full-fledged cult with Pythagoras at its center. The strange rules of the Pythagorean cult. Life within the cult was governed by a rigid set of rules. Some of these rules were practical, while others were downright bizarre. No eating beans. Pythagoras believed beans contained the souls of the dead. Wear only white linen clothing as a symbol of purity. Never step over a crossbar or disturb the harmony of the universe. Smooth out the impression of your body from your bed each morning to avoid leaving traces of yourself behind. Pythagoras claimed these practices purified the soul and prepared it for reincarnation. Central to the cult's philosophy was the doctrine of metempsychosis, or the transmigration of souls. Pythagoras believed the soul was immortal and passed into new bodies after death. He even claimed to remember his own past lives, including one as a warrior and another as a humble fisherman. The worship of numbers. At the heart of Pythagoras' teachings was the belief that numbers were sacred. He and his followers believed that numerical ratios governed the structure of the universe, from the harmony of music to the movement of the stars. One of their most profound discoveries was the relationship between music and mathematics. Pythagoras found that the harmonious tones of a lyre could be explained by simple numerical ratios, such as 2:1 for an octave. This revelation convinced him that numbers were the key to understanding the cosmos. But the cult's devotion to numbers was shaken when one of its members, Hippasus, made a shocking discovery. He found that the square root of 2 could not be expressed as a ratio of whole numbers, an irrational number. This revelation threatened the Pythagorean belief in the sanctity of whole numbers. According to legend, Pythagoras was so outraged by this discovery that he ordered Hippasus to be drowned at sea. The fall of Pythagoras. As Pythagoras' cult grew in size and influence, it began to face opposition. In the city of Croton, where the cult had established its base, locals grew suspicious of their secretive meetings and strict hierarchy. Tensions boiled over when a mob attacked the Pythagorean meeting house, burning it to the ground. Many of Pythagoras' followers were killed in the attack. Pythagoras himself fled the city and went into hiding, spending his final years wandering from place to place. He died around the age of 75, but his teachings lived on through his surviving followers. Pythagoras' enduring legacy. Pythagoras' ideas about numbers, harmony, and the soul left a profound mark on Western thought. His teachings influenced philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, who incorporated Pythagorean principles into their own works. Even today, scientists and mathematicians continue to search for the mathematical laws that govern the universe. From string theory to quantum mechanics, the quest for a cosmic code echoes Pythagoras' dream of numerical order. Pythagoras wasn't just a mathematician. He was a philosopher, a mystic, and a visionary who sought to understand the universe through the lens of numbers. His teachings gave rise to one of history's most fascinating and mysterious cults, blending mathematics, spirituality, and discipline in ways that continue to inspire and intrigue us today. Though his life ended in tragedy, his legacy endures in the sciences, the arts, and our ongoing quest to uncover the mysteries of existence. If you found this story as captivating as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments which historical figures or topics you'd like us to explore next. Together, we'll continue uncovering the hidden stories of history's greatest minds.